Legislative session officially ends tonight at 11:59. Yesterday was the deadline to pass all bills, with today being mostly ceremonial and dedicated to retirements. Everything that was going to pass already did. Here are just a few of the big measures. HMC stabilization funding, $205 million will be issued immediately, with another $500 million available through 2031 via reserves. The $1.2 billion bonding bill, the creation of the statewide Office of Inspector General, and school-linked mental health grants, anonymous threat reporting line, other school safety. Notable bills that failed: proposed bans on assault weapons, high-capacity magazines, ghost guns, and binary triggers. Proposed ban on sanctuary cities and counties, small business loans in the wake of Operation Metro Surge, and online sports betting. Danny Spiewak joins us live at the Capitol with more on what happened and what didn't happen and how it could impact the midterm elections come November. Danny.
Well, Kevin, the divided legislature managed to get some of those big items working across the aisle in the 2026 session, but every seat in the legislature is up for election on the ballot in the November 2026 election. So the balance of power is at stake, and literally minutes after the deadline to pass bills expired last night, we already heard legislative leaders from both parties talking about their electoral strategy for 2026. As you probably know, Minnesota currently has the most divided legislature in the country, with a tied House and a Senate that the DFL controls by just one single vote. But of course, that balance of power is on the line in November. Realistically, control of both chambers will come down to a handful of swing seats in the Twin Cities suburbs and parts of greater Minnesota. All session, Republicans in both chambers have suggested they'll be campaigning on things like right-sizing government, saying that they're a check on Democratic administrations, as well as stopping fraud. Meanwhile, Democrats have highlighted the GOP opposition to gun restrictions and immigration enforcement limits that they've opposed this session. And Democrats say they're going to lean heavily, though, on an affordability message.
But we have to convince Minnesotans that we're the choice for them, that we're going to put their interests in their pocketbooks first and foremost, and that's going to be the content of the campaign.
Right now, if we were in the majority, things would look so much different. We'd be focusing so much more on the needs of Minnesotans.
And in addition to the legislature, of course, the governor and other executive offices are on the ballot in November. On the Democratic side, the presumptive nominee is U.S. Senator Amy Klobuchar for governor. And then on the GOP side, there's several candidates vying for the party endorsement later this month. That includes House Speaker Lisa Demuth. So it's been an interesting session in that regard, with everybody running for election, just a lot of political dynamics heading into 2027.
Indeed. Very interesting. Danny, thank you.
Well, new today, the Senate Republican caucus announced reduced tab fees will go into effect January 1st. This deal is one Republicans fought for during end-of-session negotiations. For 1 year, starting January 1st, tab fees will revert to the 2022 rate formula. On your screen, you'll see the percentage reduction for vehicles registered before 2020 and after. Again, these reduced rates are only in effect for 1 year.